Hey guys, this is John here in Los Angeles with the Alpha Channel update for Saturday, November 9th, 2024. And I hope you had a lot better day than I did. Today was no fun. Here's Conflicted, deck number 1, card, what is this? Jack of Hearts. This is a pretty good one. So you're out on the freeway by yourself and suddenly your car stops. Your headlights go out and all the other cars stop and their headlights go out, and it is nighttime. It's in a rural part of the state, and everyone's getting out of their cars trying to figure out what happened, and you hear the words start to get tossed around. It was an EMP. So, no power in your state, in your area, no lights anywhere. What do? The real question here is, do you join a community right there on the freeway, or do you head out on your own? So I will answer that at the end when we finish Tarzan number 5, Tarzan Lord of the Jungle by Marvel Comics, Roy Thomas and John Buscema. This is a good one. I was going to count the pages and I forgot, so if you'll pardon me, I'll try and talk while I do it. 5, it's not going to work. 7, 8, 9, 10. 12, 14, 16, not even 17, 16 pages. Maybe we'll have to check that out again. So this is, Tarzan, Lord of the Jungle, number 5, La Seeks Vengeance. And so it's funny that it's La Seeks Vengeance, and at the end of the last one, when I saw that that was the title of this, that led me to believe that La would be the one to interrupt Albert Werper when he's about to murder Tarzan, while Tarzan is lying here unconscious with amnesia. Tarzan's not just unconscious, he has amnesia. And Albert Werper is going to kill him. Now, this is interesting. I wonder how much of this is Roy Thomas versus John Buscema. John Buscema may have written something different in his mind for the reason that this guy, Monsieur Foucault, as he first introduced himself, changes his mind and decides not to murder Tarzan. It could have been that he heard the hyena coming out of the brush. And he thought, well, he'll do it for me. It could have also been that he didn't want to murder a man while he was down, but that's not what Roy Thomas wrote here. It would have been smarter if he'd written that it wasn't sporting, that it wasn't honorable to kill Tarzan while he was unconscious. But he didn't. He wrote that he was afraid, which is not... I wonder if maybe someone else did it, if someone else guest edited or guest wrote for Roy Thomas in his place. Because... I guess, and you know what, maybe because he's the bad guy, but there's a number of bad guys here. There's the wild animals, there's Ahmed Zek, there's the other savages. There's everyone's an enemy, except Jane, and she's been kidnapped. So Tarzan does wake up, and he has a little bit of a flashback too. He remembers when he was younger. They keep saying that he's reverted to his animal side, which is a weird thing to say. Oh, this isn't a flashback. This is Tarzan wandering up to a tree and finding a safe place to fall asleep. And then we get Mugambe. Mugambe? Yeah, I think that's his name. Mugambe, who worked at Tarzan's plantation. It's literally called a plantation in this issue. When it was burned, when it was attacked by Ahmed Zek's men, and they killed all his local tribesmen, his comrades, and they kidnapped Jane. Although the Waziri are from a different tribe than Mugabe, which is a little weird too. I guess that's so he doesn't lose all his brothers in this attack. And here we got Ahmed Zek with Jane, taking her to his camp, which is actually not too far away. So here, Albert Werper has also returned to Ahmed Zek's camp and explained that he knows where the gold is, but he doesn't tell Ahmed Zek about the bag of jewels that he stole off of the unconscious Tarzan. And after he gets cleaned up, this is interesting that they show him take a bath, but he goes back to his tent and he's going to pretend to go to sleep because he's not going to accompany Ahmed Zek out to the temple where the jewels are. And so instead, and this is also what happens, this Ahmed Zek sees that he has, where does it show it? Does it show it? Yeah, so right here, he has the jewels, and Ahmed Zek sees that he has the jewels, and he pretends not to notice him in the little mirror that he has set up on his camp dresser. So Ahmed Zek knows that he has the jewels. He knows that Ahmed Zek knows that he has the jewels, but Ahmed Zek doesn't know that he knows that Ahmed Zek knows that he has the jewels. So he knows Ahmed Zek's going to try and have him killed, and he pretends to go to sleep, and then he has to escape from the camp before Ahmed Zek tries to have him killed to steal the jewels, which is exactly what happens. This is so cartoon. Ahmed Zek sneaks in the middle of the night and stabs an empty bed and is frustrated. He has escaped my clutches. These are, cartoon bad guys. Tarzan, meanwhile, comes down out of the tree and oh yeah, this is good. Tarzan is still amnesiac, comes down out of the tree and stumbles into a pride of lions. And so then they have to face each other off. A couple more pages of commercials. Back in the day, there's commercials for Daisy BB gun. You'll shoot your eye out. Daisy BB gun. I don't think that is even Daisy. Oh yeah, it is. Shoot a Daisy. There it is. You'll shoot your eye out. Here we get the fourth introduction to the language, the lingo. The lingua franca of Africa. And so Tarzan is now facing down a pack of lions when out from behind him comes a rhinoceros. Tarzan has his spear. But even with his spear, he can't take down 7 lions. He can, however, stab a charging rhino. Never a dull moment in the jungles of deep, dark Africa. Never a dull moment. So Tarzan rides the rhino for a moment until it crashes into the pride of lions. He jumps off just a moment before, and now the lions are fighting the rhino. The rhino has already been mortally wounded, but now the rhino does Tarzan's work for him and kills a number of the lions. So Tarzan doesn't have to face them. Kills 4 out of 7 lions. The other 3 take off. Tarzan gets some rhino meat. But he still doesn't remember Jane. And so here we get Mugabe, who is in Ahmed Zek's camp looking for Jane, but she's already been taken to another location. And they said why. Give me a second, I'll tell you guys. So not only has Albert Wepner escaped Ahmed Zek's murder attempt, he has taken Jane with him. So Mugabe does not know that Albert Wepner has kidnapped Jane, kind of rescued her, but at the same time she's by no means safe. He's going to use her as a hostage. Tarzan goes to sleep in a tree and gets attacked by monkeys. Never a dull moment. Who apparently knocked his knife out of his hand while he's sleeping and prevent him from stabbing them. And they only stop when La of Opar, who speaks Mangani, shows up and tells them to not kill Tarzan, but he is hers. And so now she's rescued him, and she owes her his life. God, the troubles a white guy has in Africa. Tarzan number 5. Tarzan, Lord of the Jungle. This is all a comic book needs to be, and this is so simple. And I've been looking at these, and been reading these, and I got up this morning really excited, gonna do nothing but draw. Spent a couple hours working on my cover for Modern Savages, and I went looking for one of the pages for one of the stories that I want to include in our first issue, which I don't know what it's going to be called yet. It's going to be an ensemble issue. I haven't convinced Jay of this, but he'll get to have more story titles that way. So it's a lot better than putting all our eggs into one epic story and trying to do that while we're still unknown, an unknown commodity, as it were. So spent all day going through all my hard drives, not all of them, but two of the really big ones with tons of old art. Couldn't find this one page. It's an adaptation of the Beatles song Norwegian Wood about a vampire seducing a girl, a female vampire seducing a girl and drinking her blood and then leaving in the morning when the girl's dead. This bird had flown, means that the girl had died. And she didn't know because she went on to sleep in the bathtub and the girl was dead in the bed. And so when she lit a fire, she burns the house down and leaves right before dawn, right before the sun comes up. And I can't find it anywhere. I went through 4 big boxes of drawings, actual paper drawings, separating out writings and drawings. And so I have 2 massive office space boxes full of drawings, 2 massive office space boxes full of writing, and that's all the stuff that I haven't burned and thrown away over the years. And that's just the 2 boxes that are right here in easy reach. I think I have 4 more around the house. So that was really frustrating. I did see a bunch of other art that's going to be great, but I really want this one page. I want to set up the bad guys for this first issue and show the bad guys being bad right before and then the good guys get to them at the second issue, and they have a fight in the third issue. They have to solve the bad guys' solution to their attack, sort of thing. But do it over a series of different stories and execute it a bunch of different ways. And so that was really, really frustrating. Really, I feel like the Democrats must feel having to deal with us being happy about Trump. I should be so happy. I should be excited. I should be nothing but ecstatic. But today's been frustrating. Legacy of a Mad Scientist, Legend of Ashley Fox. Amazing audiobooks for you guys here on YouTube to check out, listen to. If you're a fiction addict, if you have a fiction addiction as I do. We also have a comic book for you guys in the description, Ashley Fox, Ninja Babysitter, in PDF. Link in the description. There's a whole bunch of links in the description. I think the Blade of the Immortal movie is now free on YouTube, which is, if you haven't seen it, Ni-sama is the word for Big Brother. That's what she calls Manji. Blade of the Immortal, Ni-sama is Big Brother. I think Nisam is just brother, but Nisama is probably Big Brother. So yeah, that's really good. There's a bunch of great links in there. I put everything, almost like everything cool that I know of that you can get on the internet. That's not a torrent. That doesn't require, braving viruses and having some sort of app to download stuff. All those links in the description. So there was something I wanted to talk about, and it's not diminishing returns. It is some aspect of comics that is frustrating, some aspect of writing. It really sucks writing dead ends, cutting pieces out, reshuffling things. That's no fun, but the work will absolutely be stronger because of it. Stronger is better. A clearer flavor is better than a lot of bland soup when it comes to writing. That's a good analogy. So, yeah, otherwise, I suppose I could find something to be mad about, but that doesn't do anybody any good. Talk to you guys tomorrow.